Hey everyone, DJ Benji here. Welcome once again back to my YouTube channel. Hope everything is good with you lot. Today we got a question. I can't believe it's still a question, to be honest. Is it cheating to use the sync button? Now, this question should have been ended in about 2005, in my opinion. Is it cheating to use the sync? What are you doing essentially when you're DJing? The main thing about DJing, let me tell you, don't get me wrong, having good transitions and mixing is very, very good. But the main thing you have to understand about DJing, your job is to entertain the people that you are playing to. And it doesn't matter how good a tech house DJ you are, or any genre for that matter. I just say tech house, and I'm not picking on those because I actually quite like tech house. It doesn't matter how good you are at blending, transitioning, mixing. If you are not playing the right songs for the crowd, no one's going to dance, which makes you terrible. All right? So the main thing that you have to worry about is your music selection first and foremost. And you need to find that happy medium of playing songs that people know, stuff that is new, and stuff that is your own style that makes you unique. Yeah, because if you go and copy a laid back Luke set, you're not going to be able to play it in the same way as he is. Yeah, plus he's laid back Luke. People can just go to see him, and that's the way it is. Same like, James Hype could probably play whatever he wants to because he is who he is, and Judge Jules and all the other famous people, yeah? But your job as a DJ, first and foremost, is to keep people dancing. Now, is using the sync button cheating? Well, don't get me wrong. It could be considered cheating, but I don't think it is. It's a bit like saying to someone, is using a cement mixer to build a wall cheating? No. How does that relate to DJing? Anything that you can use to make your job a little bit easier is a tool. That's all it is. It's just a tool. Yeah. So like a cement mixer would make building a wall from mixing your sand, cement and water a lot easier. You know, to make your cement to build the wall. Using the sync button is just a tool. All right. And in fact, if you're starting out, listen, beat mixing. If you have a more budget controller, chances are it's got quite small pitch controls. You know, I've done a few videos on like the DDJ 200 and the Hercules Impulse 300 Mark II. The pitch controls on those are very, very small. So it's actually quite hard to get quite accurate with the pitch on those, you know, without using sync, right? So if you're a beginner DJ, first and foremost, I would focus on these things. Don't listen to anybody else saying, oh, beat mixing is the most important. Not really. First things first, I would say song selection and programming your set, making sure that your set flows and that you are playing the relevant music to the audience in front of you. Don't get me wrong, if you're just in your bedroom and you're playing to yourself, just play your own music, yeah, and just experiment and feel free and, you know, do whatever you want, right? But the first thing, you know, I mean, if you got two tracks and you're using that sync button, then what you can actually focus in on is learning where to mix the songs. And don't get me wrong, I have done this before. You'll realise that all songs have a pattern, and I think this is more important than getting the beat mixing right. I think it's where to mix, right? And don't get me wrong, we all make that mistake, and occasionally I do it as well. You'll get these songs and then you'll have, like, let's say we're playing hip hop and R&B. It's quite a vocally driven song. We don't want two vocals to be going over each other, yeah? So when you mix is better. Sorry, when you mix is more important than having the BPMs correct. That, don't get me wrong, it is important, but if you're using the sync, then that is absolutely fine. Then you can focus on the transitions. And anyway, look, the way technology is nowadays, every single piece of equipment, regardless of whether you're buying beginner, intermediate, or the high-end stuff, has the sync. And I can bet you that most of the high-end DJs, you know, your David Guettas and stuff like that, that are actually making lots and lots of money out of this game, probably are using sync. Which leads me on to my next thing. Is learning how to beat match important? Yes, of course it's important. But it's only important if you want to, yeah? Because at the end of the day, DJing is just an art form. And there are some really, really good DJs out there that just mix. You know, they'll just literally play. They're playing the funk or the soul or the reggae or whatever. They just put the needle on, let it play and go, this is one of my favourite songs from this. And I remember when I was playing this song, it's really, really good. They don't even mix. They use the microphone in between to cover up the transitions. And people love it. Like David Rodigan doesn't really mix. He just plays songs and people love him. And he's been in the game for, I don't know, 34 years. He's a very, very old guy. And he's absolutely brilliant. People love him. So, but he's playing the right music at the right time for the right people. Does that make sense? Yeah. However, beat mixing, learning how to beat mix or beat match is a very, very important skill, because if you have an equipment failure, then it's important to know how to mix. And if you do want to know how to mix, then I've dropped a link in the description to help anyone who wants to beat mix. And there's a vinyl mode, and there's also a CDJ or controller way as well that you can use. So hopefully that helps. And yeah, hopefully you'll enjoy it a lot, yeah? But is the sync button cheating? No, I don't think so. I think it's more important to know where to mix, and don't make sure your vocals don't overlap. I think it's more important to learn how to EQ, you know, like dropping the bass out, trimming up the highs, and you know, gradually building things in, using the effects to help your transitions, stuff like that. Those kind of things, why not? It's a bit like saying, is using stems cheating? I don't think using stems is cheating. It's actually really cool. So, you know, you can be anything which is a tool, basically, which allows you to become a little bit more creative, to be a little bit more different than the next guy that's playing. I'm all for it, to be honest, right? Don't get me wrong, if you're one of these vinyl DJs, they're like, oh yeah, but I only mix with vinyl, that's absolutely fine, because the music that you're playing is only going to be old school. And actually, I'll be honest with you, beat mixing isn't that hard. Before I started DJing, and I'll be honest with you, I learned how to beat mix once I had my own turntables in literally less than 6 months. If you practice beat mixing for an hour a day, every single day, and you know how to count to 4, then you'll learn beat mixing within 6 months, and you'll be very good within 6 months. It's not that hard, guys. If you have a musical background and you've played guitar, piano, drums, bass, or anything like that, you could probably learn beat mixing within 6 weeks. I've taught people before in 3 weeks. I remember I was working at a club, and one of the DJs left, and basically his son was like, oh, he's a glass collector at the moment, his son needed a job, he wanted to learn how to DJ. So his dad said, because his dad was the owner of the club, someone teach him how to DJ. He knew all the songs anyway, because he's glass collecting in the club, so he knew what music to play. We taught him how to beat mix within about 3 or 4 weeks, and people were loving it. He was really, really, really good. He was a good warm-up DJ, and now he's gone on to do bigger and better things. And hope you remember who you are. And I won't mention your name, but it was fun teaching you. But anyway, hope you've enjoyed my video today. The beat sync button is not cheating, okay? Mixing with vinyl is very, very easy. And to be honest, let's put it this way, right? When we were a little bit younger, what we used to do is we used to write on our records like +1%, +2% or whatever. So, you know, we knew that this song would be played at 0. So anything that you can do to help yourself is going to help. Cheating. It's help cheat to make your job easier. Does that make sense? So if you get a pen on your records and put +1, +2 or whatever, then you knew you could get it kind of close, right? So anyway, that's all I'm going to say about that. It's not really cheating, especially if you're playing house music, by the way, because if you're playing house music, it's all within that BPM range of around about 125 to 135. Might go faster, might go slower. But let me be honest with you, when you've got that boom, boom, that 1, 2, 3, 4, and it's just a kick drum and a snare, it's very, very difficult to do that wrong. Okay, that's all I'm going to say. If you're playing syncopated rhythms, what is a syncopated rhythm? Something with a off the grid kick drum, so it might be boom, 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 boom. That's 100% harder than mixing a house drum with a 4/4 kick and snare beat, because there's more to go wrong. And actually, I'm going to say something else, right? The faster the music, the easier it is to mix, because the quicker you'll hear your mistakes, all right? And that's all I need to say about that. The slower the music, you know, like R&B, hip-hop and stuff like that, that is probably the harder genre, but everything is easy to mix, right? Because with dance music we need to get those long smooth blending transitions, yeah, to, you know, bring the energy out of the mix over a long period of time. That's why people think it's hard, because your mix might last 25-30 seconds, whereas with hip hop the music is slower, so it will fall out of time more noticeably, shall I say. You know, if something's slightly out, then you'll hear more of a double clap sort of thing, and the beats won't be out of sync. But your transition is probably going to be less, and you know, quite a lot of hip hop songs, R&B songs, they don't actually have beats at the beginning. They'll just have, you know, like Just Blaze, something like that, Ja Rule, something like that, you know. Anyway, guys, I hope you've enjoyed my video. Tune in once again. I'm going to be talking to everyone how to organise their music library, whether that is vinyl, CDs. Who uses CDs anymore? I don't know, but whether that's vinyl, CDs, memory stick, or whether you're using a computer, I'm going to be talking to people about that as well soon. Anyway, hope you've enjoyed my content. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. Make sure you share the video. And anyway, peace out. Have a great day. See you later.